Okay. So I guess I'll ask you from the heart, more, less brain, but heart.
Okay.
What do you think the greatest benefit of what has jiu-jitsu done for you? The greatest benefit?
The friendship.
Mm.
Absolutely. I've met some of the greatest, coolest, most down to earth, loving people in my life through jiu-jitsu. I still cherish these friendships many years later, and that's the core of it. That's what makes it all worthwhile.
Put yourself in, like say, let's add 20 years to your life because you're still a young man. Let's add 20 years to your life, or even 30.
Okay.
What do you think that would look like? That same question for you.
The friendships and memories, more so than the techniques or the competitive accomplishments or the belts.
Mm.
It's the friends that I've made and the memories we've created, the experiences we've shared together all these years later.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm like, we have the Hoist Gracie like doll on the picture behind me, right?
That's cool.
That's
Some
cool.
Vintage action figures.
Yeah. Leonidas gave it to me.
Sakuraba.
Just had it. Sakuraba, yeah. Hicks and
Nice.
Gracie. But I asked him that same question, right? And it's cool to hear like a legend or like a, his whole life, right? And on the mat. And he's like, it's the relationships.
Yeah.
And these old school like coral belts and,
Yeah.
like OG original guys, right? Say that it's about the relationships. And that's all we have, at the end. And yeah, I think for me, I think like I say relationships too, but I think just the lifestyle, right? That
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu gives you. And I think we were speaking just about all the different, ways, avenues, right? But I think, just my opinion, right? But I think just having all these different things like gi, no gi, even MMA. Maybe I'll skip the slap box, or whatever it's called. Slap, what's it called? Slap,
Whatever it's called.
whatever, slap something. Anyway, the just having all these different avenues, even combat jiu-jitsu is cool, if you don't want to fight MMA or whatever, it's cool. It's cool. And I think the main thing is to keep moving and to keep learning and to keep trying, and then within that, like these relationships and lifestyle things happen, right? And you live a healthy lifestyle and a happy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, at the end for me, like that's what I want. And I think that's what I want for all my friends and my brothers and sisters on the mat, my kids.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's the core of a healthy lifestyle too, right? Friendships and exercise. And when you combine that together and you create a community and culture around that, around uplifting one another and bringing out the best in each other and seeing that in one another, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Because I go back in the day in the 90s and even 2000s, it was very like Fight Clubby, right?
Oh.
Only the strong survived, and
I've heard.
it wasn't like
when I talk to OG black belts, I'm like, oh, it was a different era in like the
yeah,
80s and 90s.
yeah, it wasn't. Now it's all like it's professional and classes start on time. Well, depending on the school, but overall, most schools are like that now, or else they're not going to be really around, right? If they're
Yeah.
not. But it's just it's a different era. I liked some of the things, right? I think it made you good and tough and all that. But I think now we have access to more people. We
It's
can
more
help a lot more
inclusive
people.
now. I feel like it was more of a grittier audience in the past, from my understanding, and how like the culture was more like weeding out the weak in a sense. But now
Yeah.
it's just like anybody could train. It's not just the person that wants to aspire to be a fighter. You could be a 40-year-old accountant with a wife and 3 kids. You could be just random woman, teen, child off
I
the
mean,
street.
we have
It
like
works.
Milo downstairs, right? That I was doing the Sunday Masters. Bro, he was like featured on Jiu-Jitsu World League. Like him and his sons, they're like winning everything.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, works, family guy,
Was he special forces or something?
I don't think so, but
Something
maybe,
like that.
maybe no, I don't think so. But he's he's a contract and everything else, But it's so cool to see that, And it's not like he had a
Absolutely.
background in judo or wrestling or anything like that.
I think the diversity in jiu-jitsu is fascinating, because where else do you get such a random assortment of people? It could be blue collar workers, engineers, doctors, painters, whatever.